is Charles Ebuni reporting today from Israel by the principle of extraterritoriality in diplomacy with your weekly international current affairs decoder, Globe Watch, a well of news, opinions, and analysis from the Cameroon radio television, the heart of the nation. Our top story. The best at any time.
One of the best. Yes.
Are you sure if I ask you this same question off the microphone, you will tell me the same answer?
Of course, of course. I'm not hiding anything, and I'm not the relationship between the two countries. When I say relationship between two countries, I don't pinpoint a singular item.
Welcome to our viewers in Cameroon, Israel, and around the world. If any foreigner attacks me through an invasion, I will use chemical weapons, that is, weapons of mass destruction, wrought this week, perplexed and increasingly isolated Syrian Bashar al-Assad.
Any stocks of WMD or any unconventional weapon that the Syrian Arab Republic possess would never be used against civilian or against the Syrian people during this crisis. These weapons are meant to be used only and strictly in the event of external aggression against the Syrian Arab Republic.
And in a short thespian address, hundreds of kilometers away, the world's most powerful leader, Barack Obama, thundered on behalf of the international community.
Given the regime's stockpiles of chemical weapons, we will continue to make it clear to Assad and those around him that the world is watching and that they will be held accountable by the international community and the United States should they make the tragic mistake of using those weapons.
Hours after, Israeli Prime Minister, a hardliner, Benjamin Netanyahu, called a small session of the cabinet, the major conclusion covered totally the entry of weapons into Lebanon, where Hezbollah, a militant group pro to Syria, is based.
In the moment we see that the Syrians transfer chemical and biological weapons to Hezbollah, this is a red line for us, and from our point of view, it's a clear casus belli. We will act decisively and without hesitation or restraint.
You now understand, my dear audience, that the security of Israel, which is my subject today, is at stake ever since the Jasmine Revolution started in 2010.
The Syrian opposition must stay united inside and outside of the country to form a transition government. They must all agree on the next step.
And with new leaders in Egypt, plus the increasing nature of Islamist governments in the Middle East, can Israel, the lone Jewish majority state in the world, survive the new geopolitical strategic order in the Middle East? My guest today is the Israeli ambassador, Miki Abel, to answer that question. But first, let's watch this.
Military guys who took power should not be tried? No, what I'm saying is that that's not what I'm saying. That should be brought back? No, that's not what I'm saying. Why do you...
When the SEALs carried the covert operation which killed bin Laden in Abbottabad, the White House decided not to show the images. Why that option?
I think there were two reasons that the President of the United States has cited, and I think they're good.
Commissioner, I will start with a very statistical question, and I have a book with me published by the U.S. State Department, and on page 54 it says the salary of the President of the United States of America is $200,000 plus $50,000 allowances for expenses and up to $100,000 tax-free for travel and official entertainment. What is the cost of running the British monarchy, if it is not a secret?
No, we have a different system.
Our guest on Globe Watch today is the Israeli ambassador to Cameroon, Miki Abel. Your Excellency, thanks very much for accepting to be guest on our program today.
Thank you very much for having me in your show.
Your Excellency, there have been extraordinary changes in the Middle East because of the Jasmine Revolution. From Libya with the departure of Gaddafi to Egypt, where Mubarak was equally removed. Even in conservative Saudi Arabia, we have been seeing remarkable changes. Bahrain, Syria is the bone of international contention today. What is the Israeli reading of the Jasmine Revolution?
Israel as a state in the region is regarding the changes in the Middle East as a very important change. We don't know whether the final change will be for the better. This is for the future to decide. But we are cautiously looking for the developments in the region, and we take into consideration every change, and we consider our exchange of views with the friendly countries also an important issue on how to evaluate the new developments.
This week, Syria's leader, Bashar al-Assad, said any foreign intervention, meaning military, into Syria will lead the nation using chemical weapons against them. This is a nation Israel shares territorial boundaries with. What is the Israeli mindset now?
Well, it is a very serious declaration. That means if he, at any rate, is going to use chemical weapons which are forbidden to be used in any war, this is a serious case in any case. And I've seen already the United States reacting on this, saying, worrying him.
Your most important ally.
And most important, and not only the most important of our country, but most important allies of many countries in the Middle East also. And saying, listen, Assad, beware. You are not allowed under international law to use any chemical. And it's quite puzzling that you are having in your arsenal this kind of weapons. But we have to be very careful with this guy. We are watching very carefully what's going on right now in Syria. Probably his days or weeks or months are counted already. And we, with other neighboring countries, in fact, all over the world, are watching what's going on because it's a massacre of the population together with the very dangerous reactions possibly in the future.
Much has not been heard from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about what is happening in the Middle East. Everybody knows that this is something which has been welcomed by the European Union, by the United States, and other major players of international politics as an avalanche of democracy in the Middle East. But do you think the security of Israel is threatened by the new leadership dispensation in the Middle East? Egypt, for example, now has the Muslim Brotherhood in power. The 30 years peace treaty with you, is it threatened?
Well, in a way, yes. In a way, yes. And if we judge according to what the new leadership in Egypt has declared already, that they would like to review the peace treaty with Israel, they would like to correct it. We know that some elements in Egypt are calling for annulation of all this peace process or all peace agreement with Israel. And we are worried about it because we want the peace agreement with Egypt to continue. We based our life and our neighboring relationship with Egypt on this peace treaty. And if the peace treaty now is at stake and is in danger, we are threatened.
Do you mean to say that Israel regrets the departure of Mubarak?
I cannot say. We considered Mubarak as a leader, not always having good relations with Israel. We have many furious discussions with the Egyptian leadership, including Mubarak. But he, under his term and under his time, he was very, very responsible and made sure that the stability in the region will be stayed and will be guarded, and he was very successful in these terms. Now, with the upsurge of the Muslim brothers in Egypt, which some of them are calling to even to have a war with Israel or not stop relations with Israel. For sure, any other contacts, whether cultural, trade, or any, we are a bit worried, but I better say that we have to wait for some time, see what the reactions of the new leadership. After all, we should not forget, the new leadership in Egypt has come up in a democratic way, and this should be appreciated.
Israel has a population of about 7 million people. About 5.5 million of them have access to internet services. It is a cosmopolitan population made up of Jews, Muslims, Christians, and whatsoever. What are the measures being taken by the state of Israel now to survive in this new geopolitical strategic order in the Middle East?
Well, we've been for many years living with the Israeli Arabs, about 1.5 million
more
of
than
them.
Christians.
More for sure, more than Christian. I mean, 20% or nearly 20% of the Israeli population are Muslims, Arab Muslims. I'm not speaking about the Palestinians around us, on the Gaza, or this is another. Within Israel, Israeli citizens, 20%. And it is a very, very strange and respectful relationship. They know that they live with us, they work with us, they study, and they grow their people and families, and they have equal rights. They have members in the parliament. Sometimes they have even ministers in our government. These Arab that represented this population. So it's a coexistence, I would say, maybe delicate sometimes, delicate coexistence between the Jewish population and the Muslim population. But I think it's a good and healthy population, and each side understands its limits and its negative and positive aspects. But with regard to whether this kind of composition of population has some effect on our neighboring countries and with our relationship with other countries, maybe yes, because after all, this Arab population will live with us.
Of recent, we have seen street protests in Israel itself. People complaining about cost of living. Of recent, Israel has opted a policy of deporting migrants or immigrants into Israel. Is it a byproduct of the Jasmine Revolution?
I don't think so. I don't think so. It is maybe in universities some researchers could find some correlation or whatever, but it will be too far. I think Israel is at a point, at a crossroad of passing from socialist country to a capitalist country, and the economy.
Some people have qualified this racism by Israel. Racism. Some people have.
Of what? Of what? Of the
deportation.
The deportation of people, immigrants from Sudan and Ethiopia.
Africa,
yeah, I can tell you, this is a very sad story. I don't know how, but sometimes we don't know and we cannot understand why we in Israel attracting so many people to our countries. They pass through the desert of Sinai and they come and cross the borders, not protected. The border, unfortunately, is not fenced, is not protected all along, and they find a way to come. Many of them are not refugees. In fact, 99% of those who immigrate or try to infiltrate Israel are looking for better life rather than escaping from a war or
Okay.
something.
Since,
So,
okay, since 1948, when Israel declared its independence,
yes.
the most dominant aspect in Middle East politics has been the Israeli-Palestinian peace talks
Yes.
process. The International Quartet was created, headed by former British Prime Minister Tony Blair. Since 2010, the most dominant issue in Middle East politics has been the Arab Spring. Has it halted the Israeli-Palestinian peace process?
In a way, yes. In a way, yes, because...
Are you comfortable with it now?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You're right in saying that the focus on the conflict has been shifted, to the whole situation in the Middle East.
Awakening, yes.
Well, now, it's very interesting. Now people see that the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians is not the center of the problems in the Middle East. Yes. Sometimes other Arab states, for instance, you have Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and other more responsible Arab countries are asking Syria and its leader to go out and to replace the regime by the population. Mm-hmm. So the conflict within the Middle East in many aspects, all the Arab Spring has nothing to do with Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So people understood, people from outside of Israel don't care so much about the conflict, but we do care. The problem is that I think that the leadership of the Palestinians has decided that it's better for them not to negotiate directly with Israel, but to ask for an independence declaration at the UN, regardless to any negotiation with Israel. And I think it's wrong
All of
policy.
this because Israel has never respected the United Nations resolution concerning the resolution of the conflict, and they feel that they should look for alternatives. Don't you think it is legitimate?
It is legitimate. It is legitimate to think so, but this is not the case. Okay. It is not true. I don't share the view that Israel said everything and Israel was against any resolution of the UN. Not at all. I think in many cases we were asking the Palestinians to come forward and negotiate directly with any preconditions. And they don't want to do it. They put forward some preconditions.
The faction Fatah, led by Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, has recognized the state of Israel, and you still find difficulties negotiating with them. What is the problem? Because they want Hamas to be part of the process which you dislike?
No, it's not. Well, Hamas is recognized by the United States, by many countries, as a terrorist group. Now, you should
because they are fighting for their independence?
No, not at all. They kicked out. In fact, Hamas is fighting the Palestinians in Ramallah. Hamas in Gaza is fighting Palestinians in the Palestinian Authority more than they are fighting Israel. They hate them more than they hate us. Okay. So if there is no understanding between these two parties, and there is no understanding of coming together to negotiate with us, how do you ask us to solve the problems that they don't agree with each other and they hate so much each other? And they were killing each other, leaders, from one side to another. And I think the Hamas is a threat to the Palestinian people. The fact is that Israel recognized the right of the